Hey everybody, so this is for any of you out there who are starting your own podcast and you're editing it yourself. I started thinking about how do you become a good editor? What does it mean to become a good editor? And this came to my mind because I started working with a new client this week, and he already has his own podcast, and he wants my help with editing. And so he sent me an episode to edit just to kind of see what I would do with it. My first time through, I was editing really with one goal in mind, and that was, let's make this interview as interesting as possible. Then I really started getting to know the podcast. I started listening to episodes, started reading about it, and I went back and I did a second edit. And I was reminded that, much like in acting, how much you have to know. This is a podcast that's really uplifting. It's positive, it's all about empathy and gratitude, and it's relatively family friendly. So what does that tell me? That tells me, well, parents are listening. They don't have much time. Cut to the chase. Get right to it. It's gotta move. And it also tells me I'm gonna cut or bleep any cursing. It's a podcast that always wants to leave you wanting more. It never wants the listener to feel like, all right, God, when is this going to end? So in my first edit, I cut about 12 minutes off. I went back the second time. I thought, okay, I'm going to cut about 15 to 20 more minutes off of this. It is a very polished podcast. One of the hosts is a former radio guy. So what does that tell me? That tells me it's got to pop sound-wise. It's got to move. It's got to give the audience something of value almost immediately. And this is just a start. So to be a good editor, you have to know what it is that you're editing. Now that might sound like ridiculously obvious, and you might be saying to yourself right now, I'm editing my podcast. No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is you have to know it, as in you have to be intimately acquainted with every inch of it. And that will open a door leading to a million questions that will never end. What kind of show is it? Who is it for? Why is it important? Why are you doing it? What is the tone? So again, in order to be a good editor, audio podcast editor, you have to know, as my acting teacher says, what cloud am I under? Or what umbrella am I under? Or what world am I in? Hope that helps.